this around. We shall see. We shall see. I'm back. I hope the volume is good now this round. I went out, I came back. We're here with another one. Hopefully, you guys will come back because I'm ready to talk about this message today. I hope so. I hope so, guys. So, anybody who is in here, welcome to today's live stream. Because I'm ready to get into this message. I'm waiting for some to come in. But before then, I am Love Marlene 411, your channel for trauma healing, motivation, and all of those things. So, welcome everybody. I really appreciate you guys being here. Let me know by giving a thumbs up that you guys can hear me. Hopefully, this one you guys can hear me on the volume and everything. Let me know in the comments that you can hear me. And then we'll get into today's message. But I wanted to go into this topic of that we're grateful and we're blessed. So I'm waiting to hear from some that you guys can hear me and that I'm not muted. I hope it's not muted again. And I don't know why because I don't have anything muted on my end. So I don't know. But I'm waiting to hear from some that you guys can hear me. And yeah. And if not, I may have to go on my tablet and do this live stream. So I don't know. I am going to hold on, guys. I'm going to take my tablet out and I'm going to see if my volume is okay because I don't know if you guys can hear me and nobody is saying anything. So I don't know if my volume is being heard or not. So um, I hope you guys are all doing well. I really appreciate you. Hold on one second. Hello, can you guys hear me? Hello, can you guys hear me? Okay. Okay, good. So my volume is here. I had to restart the other live because you guys said there was no volume. Hi, how are you doing? Rough. Welcome in. So, we're going to get into today's message today. Today, I wanted to talk to all of you loved ones about that we're grateful and we're blessed. Yeah, I fixed it. Hi, Casey. Thanks so much for coming back. So today I wanted to talk to you guys about that we're grateful and we're blessed. And I this is just really was on my spirit this evening. I had something come up in my family and I was going to push this live back, but I felt like somebody really needed to hear this message of hope and inspiration, especially this channel being um a channel that talks about healing from trauma, traumatic relationships, and people, and working on improving the quality of our lives so we can be our best self. Okay, that's okay, rough. Have a good evening. Hi, RYU. Okay. So let's get into today's message today. We are grateful and we're blessed. And I want you to say that to yourself. I am grateful and I am blessed. And why can we say that? Because so many of us, we overcome so many things. This channel is designed to talk about healing from traumatic things. Traumatic relationships and things like that, people who have hurt us and disrespected us and all of those things. So I just wanted to encourage somebody tonight that needs to hear a positive message, okay? We all have overcome something. Isn't it true? As human beings, we all go through something. Your thing may not be my thing, but I know for sure I've been through many dark times of depression, verbal, emotional, financial, physical, and emotional forms of abuse. And I'm still here. So I wanted to say to anybody who needs to hear this message that maybe you've had a hard life. You've been through some hard things. Maybe people have not treated you the way that you deserve, but you're still here. You're here for a reason and you have a purpose. I wanted to encourage somebody with this message today that you're not just here. You're here for a reason and you're here for a purpose. Even if maybe some people in your life have not shown you appreciation, they have not been encouraging to you. They have not been as supportive or understanding for everything that you've been through. One thing that people just may not understand. Hi, Amelia. One thing that people may not understand is the things that you personally have endured. And that's one of the things that I wanted to say to every single one of you, to not allow other people to get you down. Don't let your situation discourage you. um I think that's every person's life. Sometimes dark plays, but not always. Some people they hide those things. I've been through that in my life where I pretended like things were okay when they really weren't. If you were raised that way, like I was, to not really talk about those traumatic things, those hard things that you have been through, and just suppress it, hide it, push it to the back of the closet. Don't talk about the things that happened to you. And that's not a good thing. Hey, realist one, how are you doing? I put a smile on a smile so no one asks if I'm okay. You know what, dark place? That's not always a good thing. I think it's a good thing in life to have a positive attitude and have a positive mindset, but it's not okay to not talk about the things that you are dealing with. If you are having something that is frustrating and hard, you have to have the right people, supportive people that will listen to you, and you can talk to them and they can talk to you. So right, don't be phony. That's very important. And there's a lot of people that they may not like or appreciate this message today about being resilient and the things that you've overcome, but I can only speak for myself. And I know that there are many who are listening today, maybe in the background, that you've been through some things in your life. um you've been through some things in your life, and you really don't have many people who will listen to you. And that's one of the things that I always try to encourage everybody that I encounter. Because when I was on a really dark space in my life, Dar says, I got no one to talk to. Well, you're always free to come here and to express yourself. Okay. So growing up, I didn't have people to talk to. I didn't have people who wanted to listen to me, um, um, who wanted to listen to me. So I had to find those places and spaces for myself. I got into a support group. I went to therapy, and I put in the work so that I could be a happier, healed, and more positive person. And every single day, I say that to myself, that you've overcome so many situations. And this message is for somebody who needs to hear it. Have you ever battled with a depression? Have you ever been abandoned by people, backstabbed? People have used and abused, cheated on you, talked about you. Maybe you were the black sheep of the family. This message is for you. Sometimes people in our lives don't know a good person. They don't know how to appreciate you. They don't know how to support you. But in all of that, in everything that we have endured, in everything that we have been through, I don't want you to feel like you're nothing, because that's not the truth. Sometimes people, because they don't have enough courage like we do to face things, they would rather give up. They would rather deny things or things like that. But ultimately, at the end of the day, what is really important is this message right here. This message today is, regardless of what you have been through, regardless of what other people may have thought, regardless of the way that people have treated you, I wanted to encourage somebody today that has been through some hard things, is that even through everything, even through the sadness, um, Sermon, yes, most definitely I am. I'm definitely taken. William says Jesus loves you all. Yes, that is the truth. So I wanted to say to all of you that you can overcome anything. I know that it may not feel like it in the moment when you're going through it. I don't know if anybody has ever been through some hard times, like losing people that you love. Well, I've been through that several times in my life, and being in a relationship with somebody who doesn't appreciate you or love you, that can be very hurtful and very complicated. But through all of it, disrespect, abuse, sadness, depression, feelings of yes, realist for real. Through all of it, through all of it, we're going to speak this out loud, even through all my trials, even through all my sadness, even through I am grateful. See, that is a difference. And it takes you as a human being, as a mature woman or as a mature man, saying, regardless of my situation, regardless of what other people think about me, regardless of who likes me or or is there for me. I don't know why I'm getting emotional, but I still am somebody. So I wanted to say this to somebody who needed to hear this message today. I never know when I go live and I talk to my loved ones here, what you guys are enduring at home, sadness, depression, trauma, so many things. But I just want you to know that through all of it, I want you to know that you are somebody. You're worthy and you're worth it. It's just sometimes the people we may have in our lives may not feel that we are worth it. So that's what I wanted to say to every single one of you, that even if other people don't appreciate you, don't support you, don't love you, you got to love yourself. I want to build, I want to encourage, I want to support somebody today. Okay? Even if it's your own relatives, it could have been your ex, it could have been, all of those other things. So that's one of the things that I wanted to say to all of you, to not allow any negativity, not allow any drama, not allow your past, not allow what other people may have said about you or maybe how you feel to stop you from today in this moment, to give yourself the permission to say, I am somebody. I am loved. I am blessed. I have hope and I am enough. Now, I know some of the things that we may be carrying on our spirit, maybe in our head, on our heart. You may feel broken inside, you know? You may feel, but I know that feeling very well. I endured that for many years. I suffered with depression for many, many years of feelings of worthlessness. Hi, serious. Many years of doubting myself, many years of trauma. Hi, Boss Life Online. How are you doing? Many years of trauma. And I have to tell you guys that it wasn't until I said to myself, regardless of what has happened to me, regardless of what has hurt me, regardless of all the forms of abuse that I have endured, no, regardless of who accepts me and loves me, I had to learn this part for myself, that I got to love me. I have to love myself. And I want to push that message to all of my loved ones that even if other people don't support you, don't love you, don't encourage you, we each have to put in the work to love and support ourselves. You got to put in the work. I have to put in the work. Every day I wake up, I have to say to myself, today is going to be a good day. Why? Because I'm alive. Today is going to be a good day because I have hope. Today is going to be a good day because I am enough. Today is going to be a good day because I am loved. Even if the only one that loves you is the one that you see looking back at you in the mirror, or to your higher power, whatever it is that you believe in, okay? Even if that's all you have in your life, you have a lot. Whew. It's been a long road for me. It's been a long road for me. And I know that many of you who are listening now live or in the replay, you have been through many things yourself. I don't claim to be the person that I've been through the most things. No, I'm not going to say though, but I've been through some heavy things. I've had many days, feelings of worthlessness, going through depression, uh, being in abusive relationship, having family or relatives that don't support me and care about me. But at the end of it, I had to start choosing myself. Hey, serious? Yes, Jill, you have to take baby steps. Some days it's not easy. And I don't just mean the day to day regular adult things, trying to pay bills and things like that. I'm talking about heavy things. Anybody who has ever been in an abusive romantic relationship, anybody who's ever been taken advantage of, been SA'd, anybody who has been DV'd, anybody who has been cheated on, anybody who has been suffering with depression, like the thoughts in your head is telling you to harm yourself because of how other people treat you and things like that. But I can speak to all of you because I'm not afraid of my past. I'm not afraid of what other people have done to me or what other people have said to me. Today, I speak victory over my life. And I say that to all of my loved ones today. I speak victory over your life as well. See, we're not victims. No, we're victorious. There's a big difference. That victim mentality is what so many people, they want everybody to feel sorry for them, but you got to put in some effort. You got to put some work into yourself. And it's not easy to unpack those things that we have dealt with, those things that um we have dealt with. So I just wanted to say to every single one of you, regardless of your situation, regardless of what you have been through, you're loved. Regardless of what you have been through, you're enough. Regardless of all of that. So that's why I wanted to do this title today, that we are grateful and blessed. See, adding that Second part is a whole different level. We're not just grateful because we're alive. We're not just grateful because we exist. We're grateful because we're blessed. You're a blessed person. You're a blessed individual, a blessed woman, a blessed man. And don't be afraid. See, many people are afraid to speak on their faith. I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid to say I'm blessed. I'm not afraid to say I have been protected because I have. I know that there is nothing else in the entire world. The reason why I'm still here today, because there were so many times in my life where I tried to end my life. I tried multiple times to unalive myself. In many different situations, having an eating disorder, being in an abusive relationship. I've been through all of that, but I'm still here. And is there anybody today that can testify to say, I'm still here? If you are still here, I want you to put that in the chat right now, because there's many times maybe where you didn't feel like you were going to make it through. I know there were so many times in my life where I didn't feel like I was going to make it through, you know? And that's how I felt. I felt like there's no way I'm going to make it through this pain in my heart. When you lose people that you love, I felt like there was no way I was going to get through after being in a very toxic romantic relationship, but then you make it through. Or when you have relatives that don't treat you like family. That hurts. It is a deep wound that can never be healed, because relatives are supposed to treat you with love, and that's not always the case. But in all of that, but in every pain, every problem, everything that I've been through, everything that you have personally been through, we're still grateful in all of it. In our storm, in our trial, in our sadness, in our difficulty, we're grateful. And I am so happy to be alive. Yes. Boss Life Online says, I am still here. Yes. Dark says, I'm still here. And I'm so grateful that you all are here. See, I know some of the trials are heavy, especially during this time of the year. You guys know what I mean during this time of the year. Every time it gets to be around October, I get this dark cloud, like I feel like is covering my head, just following me around. C1 says, I'm still here. My cancer came back after 9 years in remission, but I'm still here. And I'm so glad that you're here. Okay. Hi, Insomniac Tears. How are you doing? And I just want to speak victory over your life, that you're victorious. You're enough. You're capable. You have value, and there's something for you to do. Maybe you haven't found your thing that you're supposed to do in this life yet, but you're here. And I'm grateful that you're here. Not only that you're here, that you're alive and that you have purpose and you're loved through all of it, through all your storms, through all your trials, through all your sadness, through all your difficulty. You're still here. And I'm so happy. And I promised that when I got through on the other side, I promised that I was going to be able to testify. People don't understand being a content creator and opening up your heart and sharing. I feel like this channel is my very intimate channel where I'm not afraid to say things that happen to me. I'm not afraid to say I have I have been down. I'm not afraid. I'm not ashamed that I have been disrespected. I have been abused. I have been taken for granted. But in the end, but in all of it, I got through that because I'm supposed to be here so that I can encourage somebody, so that I can testify and say, it gets better. And it does. After a period of time, it got better for me to talk about my pain. It got better for me to say, I love myself. It got better for me to say, I can talk about these things because I am victorious. And I say that to every single one of you. You are victorious. Okay. And I'm so proud of every single one of you. Real says crying shame for a truth. Yes. Yep. So I just wanted to say that for all of you. Dark says this helps. Thank you. Hi, Jose. You seem so cool. Girl, you're giving me good vibes. I try. I try. So I wanted to say to somebody, maybe it's somebody in the audience right now, live listening. Maybe you got something heavy on your heart. I just want for you to release that today. Maybe it's a monkey you've been carrying on your back. Maybe it's a dark secret, something that you've hidden. Maybe the only one that knows is you and your creator, right? Maybe those are the only ones that know. But don't give up. I know it's heavy. I know dark things happen to every single one of us. Okay. Hi, Team Build. How are you? Um, Thank you so much, Tucson. I just wanted to say to every single one of you that regardless of anything that you have been through, see, what people want is people want you to be down. There's somebody probably in your life right now that wants you to be down. There's somebody right now that wants you to give up. Maybe that person who wants you to be down and to give up, maybe they're your relative. Maybe it's somebody in your romantic relationship. Maybe it's somebody on your job, but it's somebody that you know and they want to bring you down. They want to break your spirit. They want to make you unhappy. They like to talk about you, try to embarrass you, talk about who you were, but who you were is not who you are. I want somebody to say that right now in the chat. Who I was is not who I am. See, people don't understand you mature. And one thing I'm going to speak over my life and yours, but I've healed. See, that's the difference today. I know that's my difference is that I've healed. I'm not in that dark space where I feel like ending my life. I'm not in that dark space that I want to give up. I want to fight for my life. I want to fight. And I want you to fight too. So, anybody who is struggling today, anybody who has a heavy heart, you just feel like, I can't do this. You can. You can. You can. You can. Never say you can't. Never say you can't because you got to remove those can'ts, those won'ts. Remove that from your vocabulary. And I want you to replace I can and I will and I am. See, shifting your words. Words have power. So when you start telling yourself I can do it, watch, you're going to start feeling better. Trust and believe. When you shift your words, when you shift what you say about yourself, when you become more confident, everything else will become irrelevant. People who their words used to crush your spirit, discourage you, make you feel like you are nothing, that doesn't even bother you anymore. See, because why? Because you have empowered yourself, because you love yourself, and because you're putting in the work to heal yourself. And that's why I love this channel so much. I have other channels, but this channel right here, Love Marlene 411, is my special channel where I talk about healing from trauma, healing from pain, healing from sadness, healing from being the underdog. Are there any underdogs out there? Like myself, um, because there was a time in my life where I felt like nothing. See, and that is what a lot of people want. They want you to feel like you're nothing. But really, you know what it is? You're something. See, when you have a brightness, when you have a light inside of yourself, some people they want to crush that. They want to stamp that out because maybe they want to be like you and they can't. They don't have the courage. Maybe they don't have your talent, your beauty. They don't have, whatever it is that you do that you're naturally inclined to do. I call it a God given talent. And I know for me, my God given talent is that I am blessed. And I can help other people. I can encourage somebody else. That is my gift. My gift is to help people, to encourage people, to communicate, to support, to coach other people. And I'm grateful. I don't take that, not even a little bit of it, for granted, because I know helping somebody is going to help to plant more seeds. And the more empowered, the more strong people that we have, is the more happy adults. And then that trickles into strong people, forms into strong romantic relationships, strong families, and that builds into strong communities. And that is what I want over here. I want for us to be a strong community of people who love themselves. See, I want to drop those seeds. So there's somebody today, if you're feeling down, if you're feeling discouraged, if you're feeling like you want to give up, don't. Don't give anybody your power. So let's get back into talking about we are grateful and blessed. So why are we grateful? Because we have overcome. We are resilient. Do you guys understand that? You're resilient. There's so many things that have you have been through in your life. I know I have. I've been through so many things. There's so many reasons why maybe you shouldn't be here. Have you been saved for a reason? Have you been saved for a purpose? I know that I have. Okay. So let's get into talking about this right here. Are you blessed? Are you blessed? I want you to think about that. And I want you to think about some of those blessings that you personally have. I know my blessing is that I've come from a space in my life that I'm grateful that I have endured, that I didn't just give up. And that takes courage. Every day, it takes courage to wake up and to say, I will not be broken. I will not be discouraged. I will not stop fighting. I will believe in myself. I will be confident. You know how hard that is when you want to give up, when you feel like this is too much to endure. But guess what? We are grateful. We are blessed. We are enough. And I just want to stop and pause and think about there's so many people that have not made it. And I want you to start thinking about those things. Every day you wake up, your life may not be the best. You may have those dark days. You may have those days where you just whatever those painful memories, it replays in your mind like a scratch record. And if you who have ever been through DV, have you ever been essayed, you ever been, any of those abusive sexual things, in your life, even if it's verbal or, emotional abuse, financially abused, but you endured it. And you endured it for a reason, because your testimony that was going to come through on the other side. I know that I am living and breathing because I testify. I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid. I'm not ashamed to say I'm still here for a reason and a purpose. Okay. So let's talk about victorious and not victims. Okay. Um, you know, so many of us have that victim mentality, right? I know I used to, before I came and I got therapy, before I started working on myself, I always was blaming other people for my problems. I blame my parents, I blame my siblings, I blame my ex, I blame this person, I blame that person. But after you start growing up, maturing, becoming accountable, you realize that I play a role in some things that happen to me. Hi, Sean. How are you? See, and we're not just victims. We're not just the ones who say, oh, feel sorry for me for what has happened to me. Yes, there are some messed up things that happen to us as adults, even maybe as kids, maybe in a relationship. You were a victim of some things, but ultimately, I want for us to have these conversations that I have to also make good decisions. Mhm. You got to make good decisions. And we're not just victims. We're not just ones to say, oh, this person did this to me. Okay. This person did that to me. No, we're going to say, what did I do? What did I allow? And make better decisions. Okay. I think that's something that's very important, is that we make better decisions. That's how we heal. We don't keep making the same decisions. We don't keep letting people hurt us. We don't keep, allowing people to take advantage of us and step on us and disrespect us. No, no, no. That is not going to happen. Okay. Don't let people take advantage of you. Don't let people disrespect you. I think that's something that is so important. We're not victims. So don't walk around, with your head down, having a low opinion of yourself. No, don't let people make you feel like you're nothing. I'm nothing, and you just feel sorry for yourself and, oh, and I hate myself. That is what some people want. And I think that that's so sad that there are individuals out there that they love to select people so that they can puppet them. Okay. I know that because I have been there, from friends, frenemies, and romantic relationship, and this person and that person, even relatives, that they only want you around so that they can puppet you and use you for their agenda. They only want you around so that they can use and disrespect you. Hi, be 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 kid, be kind. I'm sorry if I'm saying your name wrong. Thank you so much for the gift. I really appreciate it. But ultimately, at the end of it, we're not just victims. Yes, some things happened to us and we were victims of circumstance, but now our mentality has changed. See, and when you shift your mindset, you shift your life. See, I'm not just a victim. Yeah, things has happened to me. Yes, things may have happened to you, but don't lay down and let that be, that broke me. See, because that's a choice. That's something that I learned when I started to love myself. That some mess up things happened to me, but I'm still going to be grateful in all of it. I'm still going to love myself. I'm going to use my pain and I'm going to shift it into my power. It's not taking that pain and using it to be down and be discouraged, which That's easy to do, but we're going to take what happened to us and turn it into our power. Use it for good, use it to give back, use it to help other people, and use it to help yourself. See, that would have been so easy for me to just sit down and just, oh, I give up. I throw my hands up, you know? No. We're not going to give up. We're not going to throw our hands up. We're not going to do that. What we're going to do is love ourselves. What we're going to do is be an adult. And if we got something heavy on ourselves, we're going to have the courage to go to a therapist. We're going to have the courage to be a friend to ourselves. See, that's something that I learned in therapy. I had to learn how to show up for myself. I had to learn that it's okay for me to shed some tears. It's okay for me to mature and have conversations. It's okay for me to communicate what I feel. And I want to say that to somebody, ladies and gentlemen. So I think that's something that is so important, is that we have to be one to believe in ourselves. You have to be the one to say, I, I'm not going to be angry. And I spent many years of my life being angry. I spent many years of my life, fussing about this and that from this person. No, don't let your situation, don't let your whatever happened to you, don't let problems cause you to be a victim. Take whatever those problems, that sadness, and get it into your passion in life. Find a way to take all of that pent up anger, all of that, and put it into a purpose. Start a foundation. Give back. Give glory to your higher power. Say, you saved me from that. You rescued me from that so that I could be able to talk to somebody. And that's what I do. I took maybe what may have put some people under the ground. Even one of the things that happened to me in my life, having an eating disorder, that could have put some people on the ground. That's one thing that happened to me. Losing 7 people in my life in 4 years, that put many people in the ground, made many people sick. But I'm still here. See, and I have to say, and I'm grateful. I'm grateful that I didn't let all of those things bring me down. I let all of those things make me every day show up and be present. And say, I have a gift of life today. I have breath and I love myself. And are you guys have that sort of feeling too? I know I do, you know? And I want to talk about 3 things. We're victorious and not victims. You have achieved. Is there something in your life that you have achieved? You know, I know that when every time I talk about that, I woke up today and I put a smile on my face. I want to tell you guys something. I worked hard to have this smile. I used to always be walking around with a low opinion of myself, feeling depressed, feeling that nobody liked me. But I'm the one that had to work on that part. I'm the one that had to heal that. I'm the one that had to forgive not only other people that hurt me, but I had to forgive myself. Is there anybody who has been in that situation and that boat? I had to forgive myself first so that I could feel my blessings. I had to forgive myself and I had to love myself so that I could step into the moment and receive everything that was coming for me. See, we can't we can't do anything about what other people may do, but all we can do is shift our mentality, you know? And I love that I can wake up every single day and I can drop some inspiration. I can wake up every day and I can say, you are enough, and you are enough, and you are somebody. And there is hope for you. And I'm so grateful that I'm still here to say that. You guys have no idea. You guys have no idea. Just because I give encouragement, I motivate, I do coaching, I'm still human. I still have feelings. I go through it too, but I don't let my situation, I don't let my feelings, I don't let my emotions, I don't let my past control my present. See, I stay in the moment, and I said, in this moment right here, right now, today, I'm going to be grateful. I'm going to be grateful for everything I have. I'm going to be grateful that I have really good friends today. You know why? I learned from my good friend, and she's in this live right now, Boss Life Online. She taught me, if you want to get a good friend, you got to learn how to be a good friend. And I'm so grateful for that. I'm so grateful that I learned how to be my own friend so that I could be somebody's friend. See, sometimes we go through things in our life to teach us gratitude. We go through things in our life to show us that we deserve better. We go through things in our life for us to stop depending on ourselves and to learn to depend on God. And I know that if it wasn't for my trials, I know that if it wasn't for my storm, I know that if it wasn't for how people treated me in the past, I would not be here with the same attitude that I have today. Today, I know how to say when I've had enough. And I also know when to say, I'm proud of myself. Mhm. And I want to say to every single one of you all, too, I'm so proud of you for becoming victorious, even when you want to give up. Because I know that there is somebody out there that you may feel like giving up today. You feel like it. I feel that way too. But that's when you go to your support group. That's when you talk to a therapist. That's when you talk to a friend. That's when you talk to your coach. That's when you pray about it. See, there's things that we can do. See, we're not those like maybe like back in the day that were dysfunctional and they just kept everything inside. No, there's avenues to help us. There's avenues to support us. And everything that I talk about may not be for everybody, but I know that there's something. If it's not therapy, if it's not your faith, if it's not friendship, if it's not giving back in the community, but find something so that you can be good. This channel is about trauma healing, okay? And trauma healing is so important because if you don't heal from what hurts you, you're going to keep hurting other people in your life. Trust and believe. I've been there and done that. You can say you're okay and you're good, but you are lying to yourself. If you go through abuse, if you go through disrespect, okay? If you go through some of these things, it doesn't mean that you should um, give up, okay? So I wanted to say to all of you to hold your head up, step into your blessings that you deserve, okay? Hi, Fearless. How are you doing? Step into the blessings that you deserve on today. Yes, Geo says get help if you are going through it and you feel down. Yes, and trouble doesn't last always. So I wanted to tell every single one of you that there's hope for you, regardless of whatever it is that you're facing right now at this moment. Financial difficulties, sadness, depression. Some of you may have left a bad romantic relationship, whatever it is that you're going through today. Or maybe you're not going through any of those things, and maybe you're just trying your best to keep your head up. You're trying your best to survive. Hey, Metro, how are you doing? But through all of it, everybody, love yourself. Through all of it, if you need to take a break, okay, if you need to fill up your cup, if you need to spend some time alone, take a mental health day, do those things. Don't be afraid or ashamed to say, I need some time for my mental health. There's so many people who ignore their mental health. They ignore it. Oh, I don't need help. I'm good. You can lie to yourself all you want to, but you really know how you're feeling. Okay? So, I want to say that to all of you, that you are victorious and you're not victims. Now let's go to the next point. And I did a little research on this word victory. Victory comes from the word victor. And I wanted to say this because that was my dad's name. My dad's name was Victor. And I learned something about my dad's name. Victor also means conqueror. Do I have any conquerors out there? Have you overcome some big things, some trials? Have you achieved things? Then that means you're triumphant. It means that you're very strong. And so many people don't understand what maybe you have endured. People don't walk around with their heart on their sleeve saying, I've been through this and this and this and this. But and the people that you're close to know. Don't be ashamed to lean on people, because it takes courage to say, I need help. It takes courage to say, I'm a little discouraged today. But guess what? That means that you love yourself. Mm-hmm. Hi, Bende. How are you? And I just wanted to say to every single one of you, you're blessed. You are enough. You are somebody. Okay, even through the storm, even through the trial, even through the denial, even when you didn't even know the direction of your life, even when you didn't know what was going to come next, even when you didn't know you were going right in the direction that you were supposed to go. I feel like this is the message for somebody. You may not know the reason why you went through what you went through, but you are at the exact moment you're supposed to be to meet the person you're supposed to meet. Maybe to meet a friend. Maybe to meet the person that you're going to spend the rest of your life with. Maybe to whatever, to find your job. Maybe to find your passion in life. We go through things in life. Maybe in the moment you don't understand why you went through it. But later on, you're like, okay. Thank you so much, Metro. I appreciate that. Yes, hallelujah. So I just wanted to say to every single person who is here in the sound of my voice, be grateful in your trial, be grateful in your storm, but most of all, be grateful in today. Okay? Be grateful for today. Yeah. Be grateful for today. Because in today, you can say, I'm somebody. Yeah. Maybe before, because I know I've been there, done that, bought a t shirt There was times in my past, no, I did not feel like I was enough. No way. Because life has a way of beating down your self-esteem. Life has a way of discouraging you, or the people that you expected to treat you a certain way, and they don't give it. That hurts. But guess what? Sometimes the people that we want to be there for us, that's not the person that's supposed to be there for us. See, I wanted to come and give this message for us to let go of people that we need to let go of. Let them go. They've never been good for you. You've been holding on to these relationships, these friendships, which they're really enemies. And that's not a good romantic relationship. It never has been. It doesn't matter if you're dating or you're married to the person. A good person is a good person, and a bad person is a bad person. If a person doesn't love you, if a person won't show up for you, get rid of them. Get rid of them. Okay? It may mean blocking them. It may mean you may have to divorce them. It may mean you got to stop being friends. It may mean you got to stop telling them your business, but we got to do what we got to do. Why? Because we love ourselves. See, and I speak that from a healed space. I couldn't say that about 15 years ago, but today I say no because I love myself. I say no because I'm blessed. I say no because you're not going to take my power away, you know? So that's one of the things that I wanted to say to every single one of you, to never give up, to love yourself, to be grateful for every single day that you have. Okay? I think that was an accident. I didn't mean to hide you. Appreciate it. The heart is desperate. So who can know it? Yes. So that means that we got to do some work, because sometimes the things that is in our heart, it's not good things. Sometimes the things that we were told, that's why we talk about trauma healing over here. Sometimes we were told that we weren't enough, or we were stupid and ugly and foolish, right? Has anybody been told that? I know I was. I was always told I wasn't smart enough. I didn't look good enough, or I didn't look good as this person or that person. Don't let people's ideas, what they may have said, or their lack of support, or their lack of giving us what we need, to stop us from our happiness. At the end of it, you're still blessed. At the end of it, you're still loved. At the end of it, you still are going to be what you are supposed to be. Yeah, you're still that woman. You're still that man. But we got to get away from the toxic. We got to get rid of the negative people. Mhm. Yes, I'm so grateful for that too, for you too, Metro. Hi, Coaster. So I just wanted to, we've come to the end of this topic today. And so I just wanted to tell you guys to not let whatever heavy things, um, whatever dark things, whatever sad things, whatever disappointing things, okay, that may have happened to you. Don't let it stop you from loving yourself. Don't let it stop you from having faith. Um, T Mac, I'm so sorry that you're going through that, but don't let your situation stop you from your faith. This is the time where you really need to work and encourage your faith. Okay. I'm gonna pray for you, and I pray for all of my loved ones over here that nothing but prosperity comes in your life. Sometimes some hard, dark seasons happen, you know? Okay. So don't give up. Whatever your trial is, whatever your situation, cling to your faith. One thing that I have to say to you guys, when I was going through my darkest times in my life, I forgot to pray, you know? And I just want to encourage that before I get out of here. Don't forget to pray. Yes, it's nice to do good deeds, to help other people, but you got to encourage your own self. You got to fortify your own spirit. You got to take care of your own soul. And if there's something that you need, see, God knows everything that you have endured. He knows everything that you have been through. He knows it all. And you're blessed. You're alive today. Don't be afraid to go to him. You know, So that's what's heavy on my heart, to encourage somebody. Maybe you may not be able to take it to your sister, auntie, mama, cousin, even your romantic relationship, but you can take everything to God, and you can leave it, and you can say, you got to take this because this is too big for me. This is too heavy. I don't know what to do with it, and I don't want to deal with it anymore. So don't be afraid to give it to God. Don't be afraid. I know for me, I forgot about my faith for a while when I was angry. I was angry, like, why did this happen to me? Why am I dealing with this? Why am I in this situation? Yeah. And that's a natural, it's a natural human response for us to feel that way. But at the end of it, God is still God, and he's going to make a way. I learned when I was going through my dark times that I had to go through that for me to finally figure out who was really my friend, who really loved me, who supports me, who is going to be there for me at the end of the day, and who's not. So, actually, when we go through situations, it's a purification process. We become purified. God cleanses all of the people, he removes them from your life. So instead of being upset, why did they do this to me? Say thank you. That's something that I've learned recently, and I'm grateful to God for his purification process in my life. God has purified my life, remove the people that don't deserve to be in my life. Remove me from the people who are holding me back from my blessings. Remove them out of my life. Okay? Because I want to be in the season of prosperity and abundance and using my gifts and loving myself. And you can't be in that season. You can't be in that season until you finally let go and you take a deep breath and you work on yourself and you learn to love you and you realize that I'm okay. I'm good. But we got to let go. We got to forgive not only other people, but ourselves as well. So I want to say to every single one of my loved ones here, whether live or on the replay, I'm grateful for you. I'm grateful that you're still here. Whatever heaviness is on your heart, whatever you are carrying, give it away. Give it away to your creator. Give it away um, to God. That's what I give it away to. But you give it to what you personally believe in. Give it away, because there's some things that flesh and blood can't fix. There are certain matters that's only the matters for the spirit. So give it to God. He loves you, He cares for you, and He will help you. He will deliver you from anything. Do you hear me when I say this? From my my deepest of my spirit. God can help you through any deep, dark, sad thing. Absolutely any deep and dark thing. Nothing is too big, nothing is too small. Go to God about everything and He will help. Let God make the path. Let God make the way. God is a way maker. He is a healer. He will prosper you. He will help you to endure. He will fortify your mind, heart, and spirit. There's nothing that God can't do. Nothing. Trust and believe there is nothing that God can't do for you. Because I will testify, because I know that there is so many things that I know that I'm living and breathing because God brought me through it. And He will bring you through it too. So thank you guys so much for supporting this channel. If you're new here, feel free to subscribe. Shout out to my mods. Shout out to my channel members. I appreciate every single one of you. And thank you to all of you for giving me gifts today. I really appreciate it. This was an emotional one to me, because of what I have endured in my life. And one day I may do a live stream talking about breaking down one thing at a time for some things that I have been through. I think I'm going to start because I've been feeling like I want to talk about my unaliving attempt. Um, there was a few, but I made it through all of that. And you made it through all of whatever it is that you have endured. And you're here today. And I'm grateful. And I hope that you're grateful that you're alive. Whatever is your problem or your situation, you've endured it. You're strong. Be proud of yourself. Pat yourself on the back. Say, I'm making it through and I'm proud of myself. I'm strong. I'm courageous. I'm loved. And don't be afraid to say you're blessed. I'm blessed. How about you? So thank you guys so much for being here. I appreciate every single one of you. Love yourself. Be grateful and keep your head up. Don't let anybody bring you down. Okay? Absolutely nobody can bring you down unless you let them. Okay? So I appreciate you guys. This is Love Marlene 411, your channel for all of the trauma healing, the self love, self improvement. And when we talk about healing and forgiveness, you got to work with yourself. So I'll see you guys back tomorrow for the sip and chat with my co-host Miss Nexie, maybe around 9:15, 9:20, somewhere about that Eastern Standard Time. Thank you guys so much. Have a wonderful rest of your evening. Love yourself, respect yourself, and be your best self. See you guys.